Welcome back to Chrome and Coffee, car fans. For several years now, automatic cars have made driving easier than ever. No clutch, no gear timing to master, just hop in, shift into drive, and go. But just because they're simpler to operate doesn't mean you can't mess them up. In fact, some of the most common driving habits can slowly destroy your transmission, damage your engine, and lead to expensive repairs without you even realizing it. So in today's video, we're diving into the biggest mistakes drivers make with automatic cars. These are the things you should never do in an automatic, no matter how harmless they may seem. If you want to keep your automatic car running smoothly for years to come, make sure you're not guilty of any of these bad habits. Let's get to it. 1. Shifting from drive to reverse while moving. One of the fastest ways to destroy your transmission is by switching between drive and reverse without stopping fully. Some drivers do this while parking or making tight U-turns thinking it saves time, but what it actually does is grind your transmission's gears into oblivion. The transmission isn't built to instantly change directions while parts are still moving. Doing this can wear out the clutch packs, destroy internal components, and eventually lead to transmission failure. Always come to a complete stop before shifting into reverse or back into drive. It might cost you an extra second or two, but it'll save you thousands in repairs. 2. Revving in neutral and slamming into drive. This one is straight out of the Fast and Furious playbook, and it's a terrible idea. Revving your engine in neutral and then quickly shifting into drive to launch the car puts extreme stress on your transmission. It's called a neutral drop, and it sends a shock through your drivetrain that can snap mounts, strip gears, and damage your torque converter. It might feel fun for a second, but the long-term consequences are brutal. If you want a faster launch, ease into the accelerator while already in drive. Automatic transmissions are designed to handle gradual power, not sudden jolts. 3. Coasting in neutral. Some drivers think coasting in neutral saves fuel, especially downhill. But in most modern automatic cars, that's a myth. When you're in gear and coasting downhill, the engine control unit can cut off fuel flow. In neutral, the engine still needs fuel to keep idling. Worse, you lose the ability to engine brake. That puts more wear on your brake pads and gives you less control during descents. It's safer and often more efficient to keep the car in gear and let the engine help manage your speed. 4. Resting your hand on the gear selector. This one seems innocent. You're cruising, you've got one hand on the wheel and the other casually resting on the shifter. But over time, that habit can cause unnecessary wear. The gear selector in many automatic cars is directly linked to internal components. Constant pressure, especially if it causes slight movement, can lead to premature wear on bushings or linkages. Think of the gear selector like a light switch, not a place to lean. Rest your hand on the armrest or steering wheel instead. 5. Not using the parking brake. A lot of automatic drivers skip the parking brake because they assume putting the car in park is enough. But that's a risky assumption, especially on hills. When you put your car in park, a small metal pin called a parking pawl locks the transmission. If your car rolls slightly before engaging the brake, all that pressure rests on that tiny pin. Over time, it can wear down or even snap. Always use your parking brake every time you park. It takes pressure off of your transmission and acts as a backup if the pawl fails. 6. Shifting into park before fully stopping. Putting your car in park before you're fully stopped is another common mistake that can seriously damage your transmission. When you shift into park, the parking pawl engages to lock your wheels. If your car is still moving, the pawl tries to stop the wheels suddenly, which can shear or bend it. Make sure your car is motionless before shifting into park. It's a simple move that protects an expensive part of your car. 7. Ignoring transmission fluid maintenance. Just like your engine needs oil, your automatic transmission needs fluid to stay cool and lubricated. Over time, that fluid breaks down, gets dirty, or overheats, especially if you tow, drive aggressively, or sit in traffic often. Old transmission fluid can lead to jerky shifting, overheating, or internal damage. And if you ignore it for too long, you might need a full transmission replacement. Check your fluid regularly if your car has a dipstick, and follow the manufacturer's service schedule. Don't wait for symptoms to show up. Preventive maintenance is cheaper than a $4,000 repair bill. 8. Riding the brakes downhill. Using your brakes constantly on long declines can overheat them, especially if you're driving through mountains or hilly areas. This can cause brake fade, warped rotors, and early wear. Instead, shift into a lower gear and let the engine help you slow down. That's what engine braking is for. It reduces the load on your brakes and gives you more control. Automatic cars usually have L, 2, or S gears specifically for this purpose. Learn how to use them when driving downhill. 9. Towing more than your car can handle. Automatic transmissions are particularly sensitive to extra weight. Towing something heavier than your car is rated for creates enormous stress and heat. Too much strain can overheat your transmission fluid, degrade it rapidly, and eventually burn out your gearbox. Always check your towing capacity in the owner's manual. And if you tow regularly, install a transmission cooler to help manage the extra heat. 10. Using the wrong gear for the conditions. Many automatics come with sport, low, snow, or manual modes. These aren't just for fun, they're there to help in different driving situations. Using drive in every condition isn't always ideal. For example, in snowy conditions, starting in second gear reduces torque and prevents wheel spin. Going downhill in low gear uses engine braking. Don't ignore these features. They exist to help you protect your vehicle and stay safe. 11. Overloading your vehicle. We're not just talking about towing, as this includes passengers, cargo, and even rooftop storage. Carrying more than your car is rated for can lead to sluggish performance and put stress on your suspension, engine, and transmission. When overloaded, the transmission works harder to move the extra weight. That can lead to overheating and premature wear. Check your vehicle's weight rating and don't exceed it. If you frequently carry heavy loads, more frequent transmission servicing might be necessary. 12. Creeping forward at red lights. You've seen this before. Someone slowly rolls forward an inch every 5 seconds at a red light. It looks impatient, but it also confuses your car's transmission and electronic systems. Constant creeping puts your car into a low-speed cycle of engaging and disengaging the torque converter. This creates unnecessary heat and friction. Instead, come to a full stop and wait. Your car's systems work more efficiently when they know what to expect. 13. Revving the engine in park or neutral. Revving the engine while in park or neutral might sound impressive, but it's unnecessary and potentially harmful. High RPMs create heat, and if your transmission fluid is cold or not circulating properly, that heat isn't being managed. You also stress engine components that aren't designed to take hard revs at idle. There's no benefit to revving your engine without a load. Let it warm up gently and keep it steady. Your car will last longer because of it. 14. Driving immediately after starting the engine. Especially in cold weather, it's a mistake to start your car and drive off instantly. Automatic transmission fluid thickens in cold temperatures and takes time to reach optimal operating viscosity. If you drive aggressively before the fluid warms up, you risk sluggish shifting, extra wear, and poor fuel economy. Let your car idle for at least 30 seconds or longer in freezing weather before driving off. Even then, take it easy until everything's warmed up. 15. Ignoring warning signs. Strange noises, slipping gears, delayed shifts, warning lights. These aren't just minor annoyances, they're early warnings from your transmission. Too many drivers wait until their car breaks down completely before taking action. By then, it's often too late. If something feels off, get it checked out right away. A simple diagnostic might catch a small problem before it becomes a transmission rebuild. Ignoring these signs is like ignoring a check engine light while your car is on fire. Don't wait. Automatic transmissions are marvels of engineering, but they rely on smart driving to last. Every mistake we've covered might seem small, but over time they add up and cost you dearly. So if you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Got a bad car habit you're trying to break? Or did we miss one that's on your radar? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching Chrome and Coffee. And remember, drive smart, respect your ride, and stay safe out there.